weight loss may be helped by avoiding certain types of calories, while eating more of others, new research suggests. If you think a calorie is a calorie and all units of energy are created equal, scientists have suggested this may not be true. In fact, a component present in the calories of popular foods recommended for slimming may be holding back your efforts. In a new study, published recently in the journal Cell Metabolism, researchers found that mice who were given one less amino acid, named isoleucine, in their diet saw them lose weight and become less frail. These mice were given more calories to eat compared to their counterparts who continued to consume the acid. We like to say a calorie is not just a calorie. Different components of your diet have value and impact beyond their function as a calorie, and we've been digging in on one component that many people may be eating too much of, said Professor Dudley Laming, the study's lead author. In addition, reducing the consumption of isoleucine may help curb the risk of certain cancers while improve strength and extend lifespan. The mice who ate less isoleucine also burned more calories while sedentary, even though they ate more. Amino acids are the molecular building blocks of proteins, and isoleucine is found in foods including eggs, dairy, soy protein, with the highest levels in some of dieters' favorite foods like red meat such as steak and lean chicken. Professor Laming, a metabolism researcher at the University of Wisconsin School of Medicine and Public Health, set out to better understand the health effects of isoleucine and their connection to healthy aging. In earlier research, data from UW-Madison's survey of the health of Wisconsin showed the scientists that Wisconsinites with higher body mass index measurements, higher is more overweight or obese, tend to consume more isoleucine, an essential amino acid everyone needs to eat. Professor Laming and his colleagues fed mice either a balanced control diet, the balanced diet low in a group of about 20 amino acids, or a diet formulated to cut out 2/3 of the diet's isoleucine. The mice, which began the study at about 6 months of age, equivalent to a 30-year-old person, got to eat as much as they wanted, reports Wales Online. Very quickly, we saw the mice on the reduced isoleucine diet lose adiposity, their bodies got leaner, they lost fat, says Laming, while the bodies of the mice on the low amino acid diet also got leaner to start, but eventually regained weight and fat. Mice on the low isoleucine diet lived longer, on average 33% longer for males and 7% longer for females. Based on 26 measures of health, ranging from muscle strength and endurance to tail use and even hair loss, the low isoleucine mice were in much better shape during their extended lives. Previous research has shown lifespan increase with low-calorie and low-protein or low-amino acid diets starting in very young mice, says Professor Laming, whose work is supported by the National Institutes of Health. We started with mice that were already getting older. It's interesting and encouraging to think a dietary change could still make such a big difference in lifespan and what we call health span, even when it started closer to midlife. The mice on the low isoleucine diets ate significantly more calories than their study counterparts, probably to try to make up for getting less isoleucine, according to the professor. But they also burned far more calories, losing and then maintaining leaner body weights simply through adjustments in metabolism, not by getting more exercise. At the same time, Professor Laming says, they maintained steadier blood sugar levels and male mice experienced less age-related prostate enlargement. And while cancer is the leading cause of death for the diverse strain of mice in the study, the low isoleucine males were less likely to develop a tumor. dietary amino acids are linked to a gene called mTOR that appears to be a lever on the aging process in mice and other animals. They're also linked to a hormone that manages the body's response to cold and has been considered a potential diabetes drug candidate for human patients. But the mechanism behind the stark benefits of low isoleucine intake is not well understood. Professor Laming thinks the new study's results may help future research pick apart causes. That we see less benefit for female mice than male mice is something we may be able to use to get to that mechanism, he says. While the results are promising, humans do need isoleucine to live. And winnowing a significant amount of isoleucine out of a diet is not an easy task. We can't just switch everyone to a low isoleucine diet, said Professor Laming. But narrowing these benefits down to a single amino acid gets us closer to understanding the biological processes and maybe potential interventions for humans, like an isoleucine-blocking drug. The survey of the Health of Wisconsin showed that people vary in isoleucine intake, with leaner participants tending to eat a diet lower in isoleucine. Other data from Professor Laming's lab suggest that overweight and obese Americans may be eating significantly more isoleucine than they need. It could be that by choosing healthier foods and healthier eating in general, we might be able to lower isoleucine enough to make a difference, he says. Newsletter here.